Where's my wife? Sweetie, get up here. Oh, before I get done, I want to hug every one of you. But before I get started, I have to thank somebody I fell in love with 34 years ago and married 33 years ago. She's the only reason why I'm here tonight, Thom Tillis. We were back at the house watching the returns, and I've decided long time ago that I don't have to get nervous because I can outsource it to all my family members, Susan being first among them. I call her my own Carla Rove. But I want to thank you all for being here. I'm sorry it took so much time. We were holding up a little bit to hear from my opponent. But we decided we wanted to come over here and talk to you all because what we accomplished tonight was a stunning victory. And we did it. We did it against all the odds, right? I mean, have we heard this before? You're down in the polls, there's no chance of winning. And I believed in every single one of you. Every single one of you did it. If you think about the margin of victory tonight, doing our part to save the Senate. It happened because of the individual effort of thousands of people in North Carolina, knocking on doors, making phone calls, getting the message out, letting everybody know that the truth still does matter. Letting everybody know that character still matters. And let everybody know that keeping your promises still matters. That's the most important thing to me since I've been in elected office. When I ran for the legislature in 2006, I promised people that if I went to Raleigh, I would not let you down, I would fulfill your promises. Then we got a majority, and thank goodness tonight I hear that my colleagues in the State House and the State Senate are faring pretty well now as well. Thank God. And I also want to congratulate other statewide offices because we've mounted some victories tonight. Why did we do that? Because we continue to deliver results, because delivering results still matters. And Republicans made promises to the voters of North Carolina, and we have lived up to those promises and exceeded those promises. And ladies and gentlemen, I'm here to tell you tonight, with 6 more years in the U.S. Senate, I will work tirelessly to make sure that we continue to provide opportunities and continue to fulfill promises and continue to make this nation and this state as great as it can possibly be. I want to tell you all too, I told everybody that I was carrying a heavy burden. Most of the, how many staff do I have here? Folks that have worked with me closely. Thank you all for all you do. Do many of y'all recognize me as somebody that's particularly stressful? No. I don't really experience stress, but I did have a heavy burden on me, thinking that North Carolina could be the majority maker for the U.S. Senate. And I told people across this state that they needed to carry that same burden. And in the election today, they proved to me that they were willing to carry that burden all the way to victory tonight. And we need to thank all of them for what they did. You know, I was, some of these ads of my chief of staff, Ted Lehman's here, my former chief of staff, Ray Starling, are here. They were great leaders in the Senate. A lot of you all worked for them, great people. But I told my staff, and actually Ted Lehman told me that one of his baby girls here standing right up on the front row saw an ad about me at the hotel and said, "What are they talking about?" You know, they were trying to paint me as some guy that only worries about the rich. I don't worry about the rich, ladies and gentlemen. God bless them for being rich. What I worry about are the people that grew up like me. You know, when you grow up in a trailer park, you move I moved 17 times, but 7 times before you're 16 years old. You go to community college and work your way up and get your degree when you're 36. How could anybody forget where they came from? And how could anybody go in elected office and not think every single day about how you make sure those same opportunities are available for people who are growing up like you? That's what drives me. That's what will continue to drive me. My job has always been fighting for everybody to have the same opportunity to realize their American dream. It may not be mine, but whatever they want, I want them to achieve. And I want this country to continue to be that great nation that provides everybody those opportunities. I've done it for as long as I've been in public service, and I'll do it for as long as I'm going to be in public service. Now what we have to do is look ahead. We're going to go back to Washington next week, and we've got to recover from COVID. But now I'm absolutely convinced we're going to have the right numbers to do that. We're going to make sure that we get the vaccine out. We're going to make sure that we kill this virus and what it's done to this great nation. We're also going to make sure that schools can open, that businesses can open, and that everybody can get back to the great environment that we just had back in February. We can do that, and we will do it. But I also have to say tonight, I'm going to go back home tonight and I'm going to watch the election results, and I am praying that President Donald Trump gets reelected. Is there anybody here, I've asked this of crowds of almost 30,000 in Hickory just a few days ago. Is there anybody here, if you could think of one promise that Donald Trump made that he hasn't kept, raise your hand. Not one. He said he would cut taxes. He said he would cut regulations. He said he would hold China accountable. He said NATO had to pay their fair share. He said, I'm done with Iran having any power. He said that people that kill Americans, like the leader of ISIS in Soleimani, I'm going to take them out. Is any one of those promises still left unkept? No. President Trump and I have probably different styles. But there is no daylight whatsoever between his commitment to the American people and realizing the American dream in me. And tonight, I hope that everybody of every race understands that this president cares about Hispanics, he cares about African Americans, he cares about women. That's why they were employed at historic numbers just back in February. And that's why, when he gets reelected, they're going to be back at that same point in a very short period of time. But tonight, let's pray for this nation. Let's pray that we can heal. Let's pray that we can have a peaceful transition of power. Let's make sure that we're magnanimous in victory, because that's what we should do. And then let's make sure that we go back and every single day be obsessed with making sure that every American has the opportunity that so many of us have had to realize our American dream. Thank you all. God bless you. And thank you all for the great work that you've done. Six more years.